it's been a really wild journey for me. So I was actually very homophobic at like the age of 5 or 6.
What?
Yeah, I was very, very homophobic.
Welcome to Inquiry, presented by Peoria Proud. Our organization seeks to unify the community as a whole through advocacy, education, and social outreach. This series dives into topics that inform, inspire, and ignite community conversation. Let's get into it.
Hello, welcome to Inquiry. I'm with Rin, and we're going to pretend it did not just take an hour to set up this equipment here at Distillery Labs. Hello, Rin.
Hi, Todd.
It's great to meet you.
Well, I've known you, so great to meet you.
Okay, fine. So, Rin, we are going to talk about Peoria Proud. I had Nicole on last week, and she talked all about what Peoria Proud was, but I really want to know about, how did you get started with Peoria Proud?
So, a long time ago, which was actually about 3 years ago.
It's not that long ago.
Yeah, I know, but it feels like it was, right? I had met some people through my kind of activist journey, and I had heard about Peoria Proud, and previously as a trans teen, I had heard about Peoria Proud and had always kind of wanted to go to their meetings, but couldn't access their meetings due to some household conflicts. And then in 2023, someone had said, "Hey, you should join the board of Peoria Proud." And I had said, "Oh, wait, that's crazy. I know about Peoria Proud." I had went to 2019 Pride Fest, so it kind of felt like it was all connecting for me. And I joined the board in 2023. And I had thought it was going to be an activist organization, but it very much was not. And it was a weird journey for me to navigate the difference between what I had thought it was to what it was. And I'm still learning that, but very much enjoying it.
So, there might be some people that think it is an activism group. What would you say to someone that would say that to you?
That it's not.
That's not, okay.
Yeah, so
Feel
Peoria
free to
Proud.
Elaborate. Yes.
So Peoria Proud, we focus on our three different things. So social outreach, education, and advocacy. Those are our three main pillars. I am in charge of advocacy, and the difference between activism and advocacy is, while I love the activist approach of kind of being loud and visual, advocacy is more related to lobbying, to putting bills out there, to kind of taking the more back end approach and really taking time to educate people. So it's kind of a very different approach.
So, people that work with Peoria Proud, I'm also on the board for Peoria Proud, maybe.
No
obviously,
way.
Right? So, everybody's just they get assigned different groups that you work for. So
right.
If someone's ever interested in being on the board of Peoria Proud, you might get placed in education, advocacy, social outreach, but we all work together. So yeah. I'm education, but I work with Rin quite a bit, because what is something you're doing later this month?
So I'm actually the chair of our Black History Month event this month. So we're kind of working closely with education on that. And a lot of what advocacy does tends to intertwine with education and social outreach. So our Black History Month event that we're doing this year, it kind of circles on resilience, like Black resilience, and so we're having some speakers come out. We're having line dancers who are steppers come out.
Oh, fun.
We're having Black History Month Jeopardy. Oh. So we're kind of doing a little bit of everything, but it's really to highlight Black resilience, especially Black queer resilience, because of how much it intertwines and intersects, and just kind of highlighting that, especially with everything that's going on right now.
Where's that event being held at?
So it's going to be at the Carver Center, and we're working really closely with Peoria Black Pride, which is kind of a up-and-coming organization that Peoria Proud is really happy to be working with and elevating. And then we're working with the Carver Center very closely. So the Carver Center does a lot with Black youth and kind of youth in general with different like after school programs, kind of like childcare classes, things like that.
Yeah, and that's at the end of February. And if you want more info, they can find it on our
Facebook, website,
maybe
all of our social media.
Hopefully all those places.
Yeah.
You know, with all the events that Peoria Proud does, like, what is one of them that is your favorite? Other than Pride Festival, our biggest. We'll talk about that more later with Cassie in a few weeks.
That's a hard one to pick. I think my go-to is usually the Black History Month event or Advocacy Day that we partner with Equality Illinois for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really, really value and hold our partnership with Equality Illinois closely. So being able to get people out to Springfield, Illinois, and to kind of like give them a rundown and give them a kind of way to amplify their voices is really important to me. So being able to do that through Peoria Proud and Equality Illinois is really important.
Yeah, you know, you it seems like you do a lot of advocacy work. What am I trying to ask? Do you do anything other than all this volunteer work? Like, what do you do for fun? Like, what are like? Do you have a life outside Peoria Proud?
I do have a life outside of Peoria Proud. Ironically, I'm really passionate about advocacy, so that kind of is like my hyper focus. But also, I really enjoy aquascaping, and
I don't even know what that is.
It's like aquariums and fish.
Oh, so you decorate an aquarium?
Yeah, basically.
I didn't. No offense. I didn't know there was a word for it. So
yeah,
I don't want to sound like.
So I take care of my fish. And I decorate their homes. Oh, okay. And I'm really fascinated by it because with the work that I do, it can be draining sometimes, but it's ultimately really good work. But there are days where I just need relaxation, and coming home and looking at all my fish swimming about who don't really know what's going on in the world, but they're just existing. It's kind of a really calming presence, especially like their tanks running and all the water.
Just fun to look at. That's why they put them in like doctors' offices and stuff.
Probably. Yeah.
Actually, I haven't seen a fish tank in a doctor's office.
Not in a long time. I haven't.
Do you have like a favorite fish?
I really do. Her name is Mary.
Oh, you name them.
I have betas. I actually have 4.
I thought you couldn't put them in tanks together.
You can put the females in tanks together, depending on their temperament, but you can't put males together.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, the males are really strong and fight for, alpha. So you got
across all species.
Yeah. Yeah. But Mary is my favorite. She's the one that has the most personality.
Do you have like a favorite fish tank decoration?
Oh yeah. So this guy named Todd, he got me a little framed picture of my dog to go in my fish tank, and it's actually my most prized possession outside of my dogs and my fish.
I love it. We did a Secret Santa for the board members of Peoria Proud, and I got Rin, and Rin got me a lot of really cool cookbooks.
Yeah, that was the best gift I've ever been given. So,
oh my God, I'm honored.
Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I'm so honored. I asked you a little bit like, how you got involved with Peoria Proud, but like when someone asked you, do you want to be involved with this? What were you thinking inside? Like, what made you want to be like, yeah, I definitely want to do that?
So I think it was ultimately like, at first I had some hesitation on whether I could do something like that. To me, that was a big undertaking, and it was a big step for me and something I never thought that I'd have the opportunity to have. So for me, I was scared, and I was like, this is going to be a leap. But also I felt so drawn to it because of my lived experience and the things I've been through as a Black trans gay man. And I was like, why not? This is a perfect opportunity to help my communities and to go ahead and help people uplift their voices.
You've lived in Peoria quite a while, or?
Yeah, about 16 years now, yeah.
Tell me, what is it like being a gay, trans, Black man in Peoria? How's the experience here? Is like Peoria accepting?
I think the majority of Peoria is accepting, as long as you stay away from like the news article comments on Facebook. We just don't pay attention to those. That's like the dark land, right?
Yes. After running the social media for Pride Festival and
Yeah.
having to delete hundreds of
No, don't worry. I was
comments.
in your position for a while. I know.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I ran the social media for a while for Peoria Proud too, and had to handle all of that. And yeah, no, I don't envy you and your job.
You know, it's not that bad. It's literally just bad during Pride Month.
Yeah.
Because people just come out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is a pedophile
Yeah.
fest. It's a. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, no, I would say like outside of like those kind of comments on Facebook or social media, it's fine. I mean, I am very outward about being gay and trans, and I very much like have grown to accept those identities and to love them and kind of flourish with them. So
That's awesome. Because I was going to ask you how long you've been a victim of the LGBTQ plus community.
Victim is quite a word. I would
Community can be toxic within itself.
no, I don't disagree with you. So I would say, yep.
I can't hear it.
So it's been a really wild journey for me. So I was actually very homophobic at like the age of 5 or 6.
What?
Yeah, I was very, very homophobic. I thought it was weird. And then I told my mom, and my mom was like, I will not have that in this house. I have drag friends and I have gay friends, and you can't be homophobic.
Wait, so your mom wasn't, but somehow had a homophobic child.
Yeah.
So you had some shit going deep down in you. Like,
Yeah. I think it
sign
was
myself
definitely
up for
internalized
conversion
shame.
therapy.
Yeah. So then, I told my mom that, and she was like, well, you know what? We're going to sit down and you're going to watch the L Word, which is like a crazy show.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a lesbian show. It's a lesbian show, but it's
Should I have seen that already?
probably,
My God.
you need to watch it. He needs to watch it.
I'll have to find like a lesbian to
so-
watch it with me.
Cassie's there.
Is Cassie a lesbian? Cassie Lucchese?
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 How do you say her last name?
Lucchese?
She's the former president of Peoria Proud, and
Definitely a lesbian.
what is her title now?
Alum of Peoria Proud.
Alumni.
Yeah.
Honorary alumni. Because
Yeah.
there's lots of alumni. She's honorary.
Yeah.
That's like a special title.
But
Enough of her.
yeah. So
This ain't her episode.
I watched L Word, and at that time I didn't know I was trans, so I was like, Mom, I'm bisexual. I love women. And then my dad was like, whoa, you turned our son into a bisexual. And then I walked up to all the kids and asked if I could hold all of their hands. And then about 2014, so I was about to turn 18 around then, I think. I had met my ex, and we were talking, and my ex had said, I'm having some gender issues, and I don't really know what to do. And I'm a very caring person, so I was like, boom, let me go research some gender stuff for you. And then I found trans men, and I said, whoa, wait a minute, that's me. So like everything had kind of connected. The panic about like locker rooms and the discomfort when I hit puberty, like it all kind of connected. And it was really weird for me to have to, figure that all out. But for a month, I had said everyone, like in my close social group, I had said, call me Rin. I'm going to use he, him pronouns. And it worked, and I loved it, and nothing had felt like as joyous as that. And then about a month or two later, I had said, Mom, I'm a trans man. Mom didn't like that very much.
Okay, so she was cool with the gays.
Yeah,
but
she
you
was
brought
cool
the
with the
tea in.
yeah.
She's like, whoa.
Yeah, I brought the tea in, and she was like, whoa. So, unfortunately, because she wasn't comfortable with that, I wasn't allowed to medically transition until I turned, I think it was 21. It was 2019. So the first day I had taken my tea was also the first Pride Fest I had went to, and that was River City Pride Fest.
Over at Glen Oak Park?
Yes, at Glen Oak Park.
That was such a special Pride Fest. Not to make this about myself, but that's where I had my first date with my husband.
Yeah, that's...
And you got your first tea shot.
I got my first tea shot from Planned Parenthood.
What was the timeline between you saying, I am Rin, I'm using he, him pronouns, to that first shot?
So, like, about 3 years?
Oh my gosh.
5 years. It was 5 years. Oh my God, it was 5 years.
Oh my God, those 5 years must have sucked.
I said 2014, and I was like, oh my God, 2019. 5 years, I can't do math. That's why I'm in college. 5 years. So it was 5 years of sitting and waiting and being Rin and dysphoria, and it was awful. But I made it out. I got my first tea appointment, and I got my first tea shot. And from 2019 until 2024 was when I got top surgery. And so there was also that large period of time. So I got top surgery in 2024. And now here I am today. Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, for me it was really I don't want to say weird, but it was weird. It's this weird learning curve that no one really talks about, I feel like. You're so used to looking in the mirror and seeing something that doesn't really align with you. And then when you do, like, see something that aligns with you, you're like, what the hell? Like, it's so weird. It's such a weird feeling because that's how you've pictured yourself in your head. And that's how I've pictured myself in my head.
Well, and for years and years, you're told you have to cover that part of your body.
Yeah.
Men can walk around however they like.
Yeah. No, so that's it's still a learning curve for me. Like, even going out swimming, this was my 2025 was my first year being able to go out and go swimming without my shirt on. Oh. And it was scary. I just felt naked the entire time.
The European mind can't comprehend. The men and women just walk around topless.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't be out here like this. But
gosh.
Yeah.
So you snuck something in that I did not know just now. You're in college?
Yeah, I'm in college. I think I know that that can change, but I am looking to be a human rights lawyer, and eventually I'd really like to work closer with the government in terms of ensuring human rights and working closely in that. So right now I'm in criminal justice classes, and in March I'll start off with psychology classes.
Are you over at ICC? Or?
I am at ICC.
Awesome. If anybody needs a stalk Rin, that's where he's at.
No, my classes are all online.
Are they really? Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, I work a full-time job, so I gotta do
work?
It. So I work at Jolt Harm Reduction. So I kind of do a lot there. I run our social media. I am an STI tester.
You were just complaining about social media.
I know, but I still have to do it.
Well, at least you're getting paid.
Yeah. So I run our social media. I'm an STI tester, so I can test people for STIs. I kind of work the front desk sometimes. I'm also the manager of our Block by Block grant, which is distributing Narcan block by block out on the streets to people and educating them on it. So.
Oh, that's why you said the other day you were out and about for work.
Yeah, I was doing outreach. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So on top of, advocating for LGBTQ and like Black rights and liberation, I also work very closely in harm reduction and advocating for rights of people who have a problematic relationship with substances.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So if somebody needs Narcan here in Peoria, like, where can they?
Jolt.
That's you? You're the person?
Yep.
Like,
you can just roll up to Jolt anytime. We don't ask for anything.
How much is it?
Free.
I knew that.
Absolutely free.
Wanted to plug that. It's free.
Yeah, it's not free if you go to a pharmacy to get it.
It's like $50.
It's $50. Yeah. So just pull up to Jolt, and we'll just give you as much Narcan as you want, and you won't have to pay anything.
What a great plug for Jolt. Just to kind of wrap up this podcast, tell me, what is something you're the most excited about for, it's early 2026 right now. We're actually recording this on Quitter's Day. Do you know what Quitter's Day is?
No.
Today is the most common day that people quit their New Year's resolutions.
Oh, well, I thought it was about just quitting in general. I was going to be like, well, I'm quitting the podcast and take my headphones off. But, okay, I see.
Quit when I ask you to.
I think there's actually a lot I'm really excited for in 2026. I think when the people around me tend to kind of feel less hope, I kind of feel more hope because I know that community and people tend to be strong, and that I love to be able to step in and help uplift them. So I'm really excited for the things that are coming this year, just in general with Peoria Proud. Like, we're growing consistently. We're doing so much. I'm really excited to grow our advocacy committee and the things that we have rolling out for advocacy. I am excited to grow my personal knowledge in terms of human rights and the criminal justice system. I'm really excited to, I went to Equality Illinois' gala last week. And
fun.
hearing the CEO of Equality Illinois speak as a Black trans person was absolutely phenomenal. I walked in there just feeling so heavy from everything that's going on in the world to being ready to take everything on. And that was because of her speech and seeing everyone gather to talk about what's going on and how we're not giving up. So I think really what I'm looking forward to this year is resilience.
That's a good feeling, because you look on social media, you listen to the news, and you're like, what else could happen? Not to get political on anything, but oh my gosh, what else could possibly happen?
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I think resilience is the biggest thing I'm looking forward to this year.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this podcast and you being number 2 guest.
I'm excited to come back on the podcast.
Oh, you will.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll
sorry, not the podcast. The pod.
The pod?
The pod. That's what he called it. The pod.
Who called it that? Me?
Yeah.
I've never said that.
Mm.
Okay, well, thank you for joining me on Inquiry with Rin. If anybody would like to come on the podcast or support our cause, go to peoriaproud.org. We have lots of great things happening. We recently started a... oh my gosh, what's it called? The fund?
The Community Relief Fund.
Yeah, we started that, and
that's going to be huge this year.
Exhausted funds quite quickly.
Yeah, but we helped so many people with those funds. Like, as someone who is giving out those gift cards and helping people be able to get food into their houses and stuff like that, it was really, really unique to see, and it's something that we need to keep doing.
I'm glad we were able to start that.
Yeah, I know, me too. So donate to that relief fund if you want to help community.
Well, thank you for joining us, Rin.
Well, thanks for having me.
I can't hear it. Okay, bye.